What is going on? Almost forgot my mic. I gotta turn this other light on too. What's going on, Don? You made it through the Carlisle weekend, I see. I watched you guys on the. Well, you know, I was watching you guys on that one live stream Saturday night. Excuse me for just a second. I mowed the grass and it's driving me nuts. Yeah, let me turn this down. There we go. Blinding me between this monitor and these lights. Let's see. Let me make sure this is working. I will just give you a heads up that the dogs are going to be out of control tonight. There's a storm, and my wife's home. She's on vacation this week, so yeah, it's going to be something else. Why is it not showing live yet? Here we go. It just popped up. All right. We're going to start a few minutes early. Let everybody get in here. For some reason, my aspect ratio changed because I used to be able to keep just this piece in the screen. I don't know what happened, but anyway, I kind of showing some of them t-shirts I got going on anyway. If this thing's even live yet. A few minutes early. It's working. Can everybody get in here? Okay. Let me, so I don't know if that's my feed or probably YouTube's feed. Let me get in here real quick. Okay, I'll just let that go. Anyway, so yeah, what in the world is going on, y'all? Looks like it's working. Let me get this banner out of here. Anyway, yeah. Okay, so we're on. We're in. Go back to comments. Yep. We are live officially because I can actually see it on the other screen. Of course, there's quite a lag tonight, unfortunately, but probably a lot of people on here right now. But I got one of my new shirts on. Oop, everything's backwards. But it says Jason's Garage Inc. And then on the back it says "Get out there and fix it." I'll show you. When a couple more people get in here, we'll show that stuff off. And I adjusted the prices so they're affordable. T-shirts to be $20, and they want to start them at like $27. So I hurried up and went through and adjusted all that. And I'm not a fan of solid white T-shirts, but I do have a few on there that put on there. I'm gonna hit this real quick. Let's see what it says. Yep. Okay. All right, let me make sure I'm not missing nothing over here. So I have to check because sometimes it blocks comments for some reason. And then what's really funny is if I approve them on the YouTube side over here, they don't show up over here on my StreamYard side. So I don't know, whatever. It's one of them things, I guess. Got this cool rummaging through stuff. I found a relic. I found a Polaroid camera. Actually, I found two. Got the silver one, and I got the black one. I thought those were kind of neat. Put those stuff back in the corner there. I got another new camera. I'm going to try and have that do my live streams and videos and stuff. Once I get it hooked up, I have to get the correct cable for it. So that'll be maybe, I don't know. Oh, and one other thing. I'm going to start doing live streams on YouTube on Tuesday, and then probably do a live stream on Facebook on Thursday. I should probably put that up here, but actually, let me do that real quick. Let me work on that. Type that in real quick. Oh, shoot. Sorry, I'm typing if anybody's commenting. Same time, about 8:30, depending on what's going on. Right, let's try that. Let's see if that works. There we go. Should probably spread that out a little bit. Hold on just a second. Let's do this. I'm gonna put 1,000. Keystrokes on there. See what that does. It might be goofed up. It's still the same. Oh well. Anyway, let me get back over to comments here. Where's everybody at? Probably a busy night. Probably a busy night for everybody. I changed my little icon thingy there, I noticed. Guess I'll go ahead and share this up real quick. I've been working on my web page. Got it up here now. And then the ratio is way off because I'm on this smaller monitor over here. It looks better on looks better on full screen. This is a weird monitor I have still. But anyway, usually up here on the top, it'll have all this stuff listed. You can go to the merch shelf, our DIY Facebook group, my YouTube channel, my podcast, story. I started a blog. I'm just converting my, the podcast to text. That's pretty much what I'm doing. So anyway, is this even working? Because I literally have nobody watching. No, it says one watching. It says one watching there. I got a like and I got one watching. It must be Don or somebody. I don't know. But so now it says one over here. What's it say here? It says still one. So yeah. Anyway, this just started streaming 3 minutes ago. I've been on here for 11 minutes. Is that how freaking far behind it is? Wow. Oh no, that doesn't refresh over here. That's why. But yeah. Probably wait a few more minutes. I was gonna play the car show video real quick, which I think I already did that though. I think I played that last week, I believe. Kind of hot down here too. And let's see, in my Facebook group, is up over 200 now. It's going to be easier for me to look at it up here. Just do it real quick. Or not. Let's see. Come on. Everything's moving really slow tonight. Maybe that's the problem. I'm not catching everybody because it's so slow. Yeah, the Facebook group is at 201. So we're in there like swimwear. Growing good. Got some cool stuff people were putting on there too, besides me. I mean, I probably tore everybody up this weekend putting stuff on there. I was editing some old videos and putting them up, and some other videos that I had taken down and been working on. Man, this thing is really slow tonight. It keeps toggling back and forth between one and nobody watching now. I hope it's working okay. Looks like it is. It's just really behind. I mean, really behind from where what I'm just saying and what's going up there. Holy mackerel. That's probably a good. I'm going to wave and then see how long it takes. Oh, yeah, it's way behind. I'm still waiting on my wave. Anybody? Bueller? Still waiting. It's been like a minute. This is really way behind. Their comments are gonna be, if people come in here, their comments are gonna be so slow. Two minutes. We're 2 minutes behind. That's crazy. It must be really busy tonight. Either that or my internet connection is not good. I mean, it looks good over there, but it's just not good at all. So, sorry, I didn't mean to be obnoxious there. That's crazy how far behind it is. Let me grab this. Let me grab one of these shirts real quick. Oh, we got another one on now. Who we got? Who there? Who there? The feed's about a minute behind. Just letting everybody know when you comment, it's going to be my response is going to be slow. It's really lagging tonight for some reason. I guess you guys can let me know if it's lagging on that end or not. What's up, Rob? Did that take about a minute or two? It's bad. It must be super busy tonight. Of course, there is storms here where we're at, so it could be what's going on. Actually, it might be about 30 seconds. Okay, that's good. Yeah, on from one screen to, from this screen to this screen is like 2 or 3 minutes. It's crazy. I was just waiting on everybody to get up in here. I started a little early. I started about 10 minutes early, I think. 9 minutes early. Ish. That was like 10. Yeah. It's really weird tonight. I don't know what's going on, dude. It's really weird tonight. It's like I could put the other monitor up here and you can see how far behind it is. Watch, I'll wave like, hello. It's like super duper slow. Still waiting. Isn't that crazy how it's literally still not even there. It's that slow. Here's what I was explaining to you with the lag. Oh, anyhow. Yeah, and I updated StreamYard updated, and somehow it changed my aspect ratio here because I used to be able to fit this, my backdrop in there, and now it's like a foot wider on each side. I don't know what happened there either, but oh well, it is what it is. Yeah, it's pretty slow. But it's probably a stupid monitor I got over here. It's slower than 7-year itch anyway. Yeah, it just popped down when I came in on my own. It's messed up. So those comments are going to be really behind. So yeah. So hopefully I'll get to see these, faster than that one for sure. If I was doing it on YouTube, I wouldn't know what the hell's going on. It's kind of why I quit using the YouTube live stream app and went to this StreamYard because it's a lot faster. Yeah, I'm sure it is the internet because, like I said, the storms and stuff probably got it all messed up. Well, I'll definitely have a few more in here. I wanted to show some new shirts I got. I went and adjusted the prices so they're affordable. Show everybody the link to the. Actually, should probably do that. Put the link up in here. What was that? Something just flicker rickered. Let's go here. It's like I created this store I created this store on my webpage a long time ago. Just never got around to doing it. Let's see. Make up this store. Here we go. Yeah, it's really slow. That's the problem. The internet's just slow here. Definitely slow tonight. I'll wait on that to load and here we go. Come on. Loading. Let me see if I can sneak up here and get a better feed. Go here. Actually, let me do it this way. Just gonna do it right off the rip. Here we go. So if anybody wants to know, this is the link. Wait a minute. This is the link to the merch store, which is a Teespring store. There we go. There it's at. Or you can go to the web page, which I need to put that up here. This is the web page. This is my web page. It's the Jason's Garage web page, but it's jasonhayes.com. But it is what it is right now. And I don't want to pay the extra money for a custom URL right now, but I may eventually, and then change it to Jason's Garage Inc. But I did make them. You know, they had t-shirts for like $29. I'm like, t-shirts shouldn't be $29. T-shirts should be $19. So I adjusted all the prices on that stuff. I got one of the new ones on right now. This is Jason's Garage Inc. And then on the back it says, I can show you this other one I got. On the back it says, get out and fix it. Ooh, what's up, Dan? Just messing around, waiting on everybody to get here. Whoops. I'm trying to show off some merch stuff I got. Yeah, what? It's Tuesday night. I'm gonna do Tuesday nights on YouTube, and I'm gonna do Thursday nights on Facebook in our Facebook group. It's a DIY. What's up? A DIY auto repair group. I'll be live in there. I should probably put a link up to that too, shouldn't I? Well, like I said, the easiest way to get to all this stuff is to go to my webpage. It's got. Here, let me put it up there real quick. Oh, I got it up there right now. So, go to my webpage. Like I said, that the ratio is off a little bit on this. It probably looks a lot different on your guys' screen. But up here on the top, it'll usually show all of this. Like there's the Facebook group, YouTube channel, podcast, blog, merch shelf, yada, yada, yada. It has all the links. Or I put the links down here in the chat for all that are interested in that. I said, I know t-shirts can be kind of monotonous and expensive, but I adjusted the price. Like they're $20. I don't make much of them, like $2 or whatever, but I don't care. I just want people to be able to afford my stuff. Channel 7. Oh, did you see my Channel 7 on there? Oh, yeah, I bet it was on the top of the ticker, wasn't it? Yeah, good old Channel 7. Hello, Don. Don and Wendy, sorry. Yeah, good old Channel 7. I clicked them for the weather and everything, you know. Yeah, we've had them off and on all day here, Don. It was pouring down rain. That's what I was saying a minute ago. I'm like, just fair warning, you guys are probably going to hear my dogs tonight because there's storms and my wife's on vacation, so they get really well. They're extra. They're on high alert when she's here, you know. and my feet is still sucky in a tube, and I'm sure it has to do with the weather. Come on. Yeah, this thing is not cooperating at all. It is really slow, and earlier the power went out. That may have goofed it up as well. I am trying to close out some of these windows. Hopefully, I'm not missing any. Yeah, I noticed I even noticed my feed. It's been really slow, and like I said, I think it's because of storms. I'm trying. Let me shut some of this stuff down, and hopefully that'll help us. Yeah, let me get rid of some of this stuff. Maybe that'll help us not be all jumbled up. Make sure nothing's running in the background. There we go. Maybe that'll be better now. Hopefully that'll be better now. So anywho, yeah, I got some shirt samples this week, and you got to brag. Well, come on with it, brother. What'd you do? If you check out Mopar Den on YouTube, the video is little much now. Oh, cool. Yeah, I'll check that out, Dan. I think I'm went to pull and pray yesterday. Yeah, we had it was about 5 o'clock. We had a good rumble storm come through here. I think there's one going now because the dogs are up there freaking out. Got an alternator for the Corolla. Yeah, cool. I haven't been to one of those places in a long time. I need to go and just walk around and see what's up. I guess you pull and pray that it's good, huh? How do they charge you? Do they like charge you by weight or just like a standard fee, or how does that even work? Like I said, I haven't been. The one I went to years ago was that charge you by weight. Oh, sweet. T-top 5-speed 85. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. That's some vanilla ice shit there. His with a convertible on it. Yeah, definitely got to do the customary burnout in the hotel for sure. That's awesome. Yeah, I'll check it out. Dang. Yeah, definite score. Hell yeah, that's awesome, dude. See, I need to go out there and look around and see what I find, huh? Probably some good stuff there. That's sweet. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I am subscribed to Mopar Den. Let me check real quick. If not, I will real quick. I'm pretty sure I am, though. I think I see his stuff come up every now and again. Let's see. Nope, I'm not, but I am now. All right, I subbed his channel. Got a bumper bracket. Oh, there's two of them. Uh-oh. Is it the one with the car in the icon or the one with the MD? So you got all kinds of good Mustang parts, didn't you, Dan? That's cool. Let me see which one this is real quick. Nope. Yeah, I subscribed to the wrong one. I see your video on here though. Let's see. I can probably share this. Hold on just a second. Let me scooch this over and we'll check it out. What do you say? Let's see. Share screen. Let's see. I'm gonna maybe share this. Let's see. Here we go. See what works. See how slow it is. And turn the sound on. Thanks for letting me do that, Don. Let's see it. It may take a hot minute to play. I'm gonna duck out for just a second and let you guys Oh, mic was muted. Sorry. Let me get out of there. He could have drove it, but it's too slow. It sounds cool though. I love how those slants sound, man. Muffler clamps hanging up. Yeah, I remember that problem. I know Rob's car had those. Well, it's got different traction bars on it now. Doesn't it? Rob's got those couch racks, but Dad's ladder bars drag on his and all kinds of shit. It's like me loading the golf cart in the back of my truck. I got to back it up to the driveway out and hang out in the street and then put the ramps on it so I can get in. Kind of a pain in my ass. I haven't even taken that thing camping with me this year because, every time I go, the weather's bad. It sucks. All right. So I guess you guys want to see my merch? What little bit I have. I see you can get to the store. The easiest way to get to everything is to get to I want to do it next year too. I definitely want to go next year. I may actually have a car to take. I get this big old Chrysler Imperial we're talking about, big old 72 beast. I'll have to put an engine in it because my boss is buying it. He wants the 440 out of it. I have no idea what I'm going to put in it, but I'll put something in it and drive it. But yeah. So yeah, I made these shirts. Let me see if I can get. It says Jason the Garage Inc. on it, and then here's the tank top. It says it's got a real small on the side there, and then it's got get out and fix it on the back. And then I've had some other stuff made, and I really don't like it, but I'm not I don't like all white. Yeah, I definitely would like to put a Hemi in. That would be cool. Probably not going to happen, but I know where a 383 is, but I don't know if they'd pull this big tank around. But yeah, I got these. So I had these. So I had these made, and they kind of suck. They're like iron-ons, and it's just totally uncomfortable. And I ordered them as extra large men's, but I'm pretty sure these are extra large women's shirts. I mean, not that that's a big, a problem. I mean, if some of the girls want them, I'll probably just give them to them because, they were samples. This one's pretty cool. It's got my, my little logo on it that I made a while back. And that's all it is. And then, in my store, there's a couple of other different designs. There's one that's like, yeah, I know, Don. That would be horrible. I would be soaked. You got a freaking iron on like Superman, Like, yeah, I don't know. It said it was going to be a silk screen like these, and it's not. Like I said, that was some Amazon stuff that I got around Christmas, and I made some stuff for the kids, and I had planned on getting that. Well, I did get that as a tattoo last Monday, so it's just about healed up. But that's like the Mr. Horsepower, the burn up version, I guess you would say, the nitro in the face version. And that's kind of like my logo. Okay, we'll see you when you get back, Don. There's a few other ones. Like I ordered some long sleeve t-shirts. I like long sleeve t-shirts, especially when it's cold out. And there's a darker gray and then with black, which are kind of hard to read. But I mean, you can get anything you want. And then it made they put like sweatpants up there and socks, and just don't order the stickers. Those stickers are super small. I don't like them at all. They sent me some samples of them. They're like this big. Maybe that's just because it's a sample, because it said it was a 3x5 or a 5x7, but that's not what they sent me. But it's just that logo, just the Mr. Horsepower, just the picture of it when I found it. I found that a couple years ago and wanted a tattoo. And then I've got, well, in my store, I could show you, but nevertheless, if you guys want to look at my stuff, like I said, go to my webpage. The link's in here in the comments. The link's on my YouTube. The link's, it's jason-hayes.com. And I have a Teespring store that it's all in here. If anybody wants it, just you get a hold of me somehow, and I can send it to you. Like I said, I'm not pushing it big time, but I made some t-shirts. Mainly I just wear them for myself because I like having t-shirts, and I don't like solid white t-shirts because I get shit dirty too easy. Like I said, that iron-on was horrible. They're like sent me a sample and they were like, "You want like that?" I was like, "No, I do not like that. Sorry." But there's get out there and fix something. There's cranks, rods, and dab bods. There's get out there and race something. Yeah, they probably do. I more or less just would like to put a modern drivetrain in it, like a newer Hemi or a, heaven forbid, an LS. But I mean, it'd be something more reliable, especially if we're going to be taking it on road trips, I mean, a Hemi would be cool as shit. An old Hemi. I'm not a real big fan of the newer Hemis anyway, so. Yeah, LS, right? Yeah. Because I looked up the torque of that 440, and the 6-liter actually has more torque. Well, depending on how they rated it, it was either net or gross. I mean, I know them 440s made some torque. My father-in-law had one of them cars, and he was going to give it to me. Yeah, I would too. I mean, I would much rather put a Chrysler engine in it for sure. I mean, hell, I'd put a slant in it if I thought it'd pull it around, but that thing would be so slow. I looked at the specs on it, is 19 feet long. That's probably longer than my pickup truck. Yeah, I can't afford that newer shit though. I'd have to buy some old junkyard thing. I said I'd put a 318 in the son bitch. I don't care. I like the 318. I could put a Magnum throttle body fuel injection. Well, they're not throttle body; they're multi-port. I could put a Magnum 5.2 or 5.9 in it. That would probably be a Magnum 5.2. Actually, would be really good. They made a lot of torque because, like, that was the funny thing between I had a Dodge Dakota, and between the 3.9 and the 5.2 and the 5.9, literally the horsepower was almost the same. It was the torque, and the difference between the 5.9 and the 5.2 and the 3.9 was the torque was so close. It was within like 40 foot-pounds. It was like, I'd just much rather put the 5.2 in it, because I've worked on those things so many times, and they make some power, Yeah. I have a GMC pickup truck that has a 6-liter in it, and I mean, I have no qualms about that truck. That thing, it'll pull anything we put behind it. We tow a camper and we tow a pontoon boat. I tow the camper with the golf cart in the back of the truck, and it's a 4-door truck. That son bitch will pull, and I mean, I can go down the highway at 80, pulling my camper, no problem. And so, yeah, Rob's got the aluminum block 5.3 in his truck. But yeah, I would much rather put a Chrysler engine in it because if I went to a Mopar meet, I'd get beat up if I didn't. And Mopar guys don't play. I know how they are. Anyways, yeah, it's man, I worked on some weird stuff already this week at work. It was what did I work on yesterday? Well, today I worked on a crane on the back of a truck. It had a Warn winch on it, and then it had the Warn winch was what picked stuff up. Then it had a hydraulic cylinder for this, and then extend, and the hydraulic cylinder was bad for the lift part of it, the up and down. So I put the winch motor on it, and then I had to take that hydraulic cylinder off and send it out to get it rebuilt. And then yesterday, what the heck did I work on yesterday? Something else weird. I don't remember what it was now. Or maybe that was all today. I'm trying to think. Oh, we have these trucks called valve turners. They have this big arm that swings out the back, and the water valves, it turns them. A lot of those turn like hundreds of times to turn them off and on. And they go out and they exercise them. Well, that pivot, that arm, right where the pivot is here, there's like an 11-inch brake drum, and that brake locked up. So I had to take we've got a big gantry crane above, big 10-tonner. I had to pick that whole unit up, and what it was like a trailer brake. It had the studs on it for like it was the brake drum with the studs and the bearing. I had to take the lug nuts off and pick that whole thing up and take that brake apart and get it unlocked. Oh, messed up a lot of suspension parts. Yeah. Hey, Don, you're back. Sorry, it's coming in slow. Oh, the boom. Well, no, what I did is it rests down on a stop. So I rested it on there, and then I wrapped a strap around it, took the bolt out and dropped it down on the body because it kind of sits up on top of like a work body. So I set that down, and I took the back bolt out and took the lines off, and then used our crane to lift it up and take it over. I actually had to take it on the other side of the building for him to pick it up. So it was a hydraulic brake. Yep. Put almost 300 miles on a 440 and only burnt one wire, number 6. Had to take the front tire off to change it. Yeah, well, that's good. He had extras. I know Wendy was saying, you better not have burned up those tires I just paid to put on that thing. That's good, though. You got to drive that sucker all the way there. That's awesome. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything over here. Yeah, it was a hydraulic brake, and because there's a hydraulic pump that runs all that stuff, so it ran the oh, well, you're talking about Don's car. I don't know if his has headers on or not. Shit, what are we looking at? Got close to 15 miles a gallon. That's awesome. That's better than my pickup truck. It's like 12 miles a gallon, no matter what you do to it. Let me go back over here. Yeah, I'll have to give Mopar Den a shout out on here. I used his video. That's cool though. Trying to go check the feed real quick. Got the log manifolds on it. Nice. A car that I drove every day, I would definitely put exhaust manifolds on it because when I worked in the muffler shops as a kid, man, every time you put headers on something, it just, especially something you drive every day, that expanding and contraction, freaking blow gaskets all the time. Unless it's a factory header. If it's a factory header, they're pretty good. But Here, I want to see how we're doing here. What the heck is going on? This stuff is so slow, you guys. I apologize. Let's see. Oh, that's on there. Let me. This stuff is so slow, you guys. I apologize. Sorry. Let me. See. Let me mute that. It keeps turning the sound back on. Sorry. Yeah. All right. Let me mute that. I'm gonna have to go let the dogs back in. Somebody let them out and didn't. They must have left. Hold on just a second. Let me used to burn wires on the old 5.0 with equal length. Yeah. Yeah, and those things were crazy. They like wrapped around the spark plug and stuff. Was it the shorty equal length ones? I remember those were crazy. All right, what's up? What's up? Yeah, it was the shorties. Yep. Let's see. What did Don say? Sorry, I'm trying to get caught up. 65. Wow, 2,000 RPM. That's good. You must have pretty good gear in that one then. Oh, once you fix the lean condition, though, it straightened it out. Yeah, I remember those shorty hairs were like, they were like corkscrews, man. I remember those looking at them. I never had any. I always had long tubes because I raced mine, exclusively. So yeah, my garden did it definitely, man. Yesterday when I got home from work, I get home from work about 3:35. 245 gear. Yeah, that's good though, man. That's a burnout gear though. You could blow them babies for miles. Yeah, it definitely is good. It was gloomy and stuff when I got home, but it quit raining, and I got out there and mowed the grass real quick. And as soon as I got it done, just kind of blasted in. And we keep getting rounds of rain here, so I'm sure they're heading your way, Don. That's the way it goes. Weighs 3,100. That's actually surprising. I figured that car would have weighed more than that. I guess because it's a unibody, but yeah, I would have definitely thought that car would weigh more than that. That's a good. Yeah, I bought a set of equal length long tube headers for my Mustang, and Jesus, well, and I ran a 351 Windsor in it, so it was a taller and wider engine. And man, there was one header bolt I couldn't hardly get to. I actually went over to the machine shop and found a bolt. It was a 3/8 bolt, but it only had a 5/16 head on it, so I could get this one bolt started. And I literally had to start that bolt first before I started any of the bolts on the header. It was a pain. One pain. Yeah. Only about 40 to 45. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I had to check that video out when he puts it up. He must be still working on that one. What just happened? some goofy shit going on. I'm gonna look at the radar. yeah. When you get brand new tires on one, yeah, they make some hellacious noises for sure. I'll get out of here. Try and get on the old. We'll get that out of there. Yeah, I saw that comment where Wendy was like, "You better not burn up my new tires I just put on there." Yeah, you guys are getting hammered. You're right in the middle of Pennsylvania by Harrisburg, aren't you? South of Cincinnati's got one. Ours is out darn near Columbus now, so we're good. Yeah, an overdrive would for sure get a couple more MPGs. Yeah, I'm putting lower gear in it, but yeah, if you want to keep the old 727, yeah, you're right. I just looked at the radar. You're right in the mix of it for sure. How far of a drive it was for you from Harrisburg to Carlisle? A couple hours, probably. Well, you said, what'd you say? How many miles? 300 miles. I think it was like 6 hours from Dayton to. 2 hours. Okay, got ya. Yeah. It has been raining like April all week here, hasn't it? Did you hear that? It must have been 92 miles. Yeah, I think it was 6 hours for us. It was like, I think it was, man, I think it was 300 miles for us. Yeah, it's about 4 hours to Pittsburgh from here, depending on where you hit traffic at. Pulling a train right over our house. Yeah. I looked at radar. I was like, "Ee, that was the shit we had earlier, like about 4 o'clock." Just these little narrow bands too. It was like it'll be the sun will come out, it'll be nice, and then all of a sudden it'll rain for 15, 20 minutes and then go away. Yeah, you definitely got a humdinger coming. That's for sure. There's the radar. I don't know how good you can see that, but I can zoom in a little bit. Yeah, there's Harrisburg, obviously, and then up here where you're at. But anyway, yeah, I got to work on some weird shit lately. Last week I was working on a dump truck and Watkins Glen. That'll be cool. That's in New York. You going to a Mopar meet or a NASCAR? Well, yeah, you're going to a Mopar meet. You wouldn't be driving it. Well, I mean, you might drive to a NASCAR meet. Yeah, that's what I figured. They haven't raced. They didn't race there in a while, have they? That's kind of coming back, isn't it? Did you get to see Tony while you were there, Don? Oh, that's only 90 miles up too. Okay, got you. Yeah, because that is in southern part of New York, isn't it? Oh, oh, I know they've always been there, but I thought for some reason they didn't run like last year or something. But I'm glad dirt track racing's back in NASCAR. That's what I'm excited about. I saw that other truck race the other night on dirt track, because we got Eldora here where they ran that first one years ago. That was cool as shit. Damn, 50 years ago F1 ran there. Whoa. Cool. That's awesome. Yeah, I was wondering if you guys got to see him or not. I know you were talking that he was kind of there and in a flash and gone, but that's awesome. Oh yeah, the Dayton Speedway. Yep, I remember the Dayton Speedway. Yep. There was he was only there for 15 or 20 minutes. Yeah. That doesn't surprise me. He's kind of a farting hot skillet, isn't he? Yeah, that the Dayton Speedway, they used to have that Dayton 100, and they actually did a Dayton 100 here in Xenia at Kilcare, or the Speedway, which the Speedway has been kind of defunct for a couple years. They still run the drag strip, but now there's people kind of gradually, renting the track and having their own race and stuff, and it's coming back. We're supposed to have a race here with Bobby Labonte or something. I think it's maybe like an ARCA race or something, and that'll be pretty cool. That's 15 minutes here from our house. I mean, I never got to go to that track, but I've read about the history of it and where it used to be, and oh, okay, that's cool. Is he what kind of rear axle did he put in it? Like a some kind of quick change or something? I got to see this car one of these days. I have to, especially the fire barrel setup. I'm just back in the winter when you told me about that. Yeah. That's cool. And that's your uncle from Cleveland that built the car. Uncle was it Uncle Sonny? I think that's what it is. I have brain farts a lot. Tony did a live Sunday night, but I didn't have time to catch it. I was hoping maybe he was going to tell some stories about what he did. He put that video up earlier. He's making the slag hammer a street freak gasser type car, which I think that's pretty bitching. I think that's a great idea. Nice. 8 1/4 out of a Willis. Nice. And anti wrap over the top of the axle. Yeah, I bet Tony was really interested in that. See, that's the shit I like. It's like I want to see some homemade ingenuity stuff. I made a lot of the suspension parts for my Fox body when I started racing it because nobody made any. And I wanted some adjustable rear suspension and I wanted to put it on coilover shocks. And
I made the stuff, and Rob can contest to this. I made all that stuff, out of Speedway Motors parts. And I'm like, the next year, literally, chassis engineering or somebody had the same part. I'm like, did somebody take a picture of what I made and put it, oh, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, man, this is the same shit that I made, you know, just in mass production now. Wasn't nobody made them? Like nobody made solid motor mounts to put a 351 Windsor in it. So I welded up my own, and nobody made actually, yeah. When I first started, nobody made the headers for them. I took some 302 headers, and looked like I worked in a muffler shop, and I cut them all up and bought these bins and cut the bins and welded it all in and got it, halfway straight. And then, what else was it I had to make for that thing? Oh, a transmission cross member, because I ran the C4 transmission in it, and it didn't quite fit right. Plus, well, the other problem with my car was it was an original 4-cylinder car, so it was really weird. Yeah, the 5-liter mounts would work, but I wanted solid motor mounts, and in the early '90s when I first started doing this, they didn't make a solid motor mount for them, and then they came out with that box piece that went in there. Well, the problem with running the Windsor in it was the way those headers were, they hugged down. So if you ran a regular motor mount on it, it would hit it. So I had to take a flat piece, because the motor mounts on the Fords had the 2 bolts bolt in the bottom. So I took a flat piece of metal and traced it out, welded it to the block, or bolted it to the block. Then I had this big piece of like 3-inch channel, and I welded it on it, and I drilled a hole in it so it would drop in the motor mount bolt on the K-frame. That way I had enough room to get those tubes through, because the headers that I ran were they were a Hooker Pro Comp and Hooker Super Comp, and they were really expensive, and they were 1 3/4, 1 7/8. I don't remember. They may have been a step header, but there was no room to put those headers in that car. And I think it was because it was a 4-cylinder, because I had ran into problems where the 4-cylinder K-frame was slightly different than the V8 frame and the V6 and the straight 6 frame, because the car was originally in 1980, so it was only the second year of the Mustang Fox chassis. So it was actually it had some different stuff to it than the later Fox bodies did. So yeah, and it was, like I said, when I first started doing this, there was hardly anything. So yeah, I blew one C4 up, and the only thing that happened to it was, I think, the thing that happened to it was it pushed all the line pressure into the pump. I think the cooler lines plugged up on it, so it pushed the front seal out and it pushed the bushing out right at the finish line. Yeah, it was the last year for the old VIN. Yeah. I mean, this thing had all kind of weird, quirky things on it. Between 79 and 80, it was like it had all the leftover 79 stuff and then some of the newer 1980 stuff. And it had some weird Japanese transmission in it. It was a 4-cylinder automatic. It was an old grandma car. Yeah, I moved them up top where I could grab them easier. But they had the ones with the V6s had that German V6 in it. They were real weird and quirky, and they had that weird Jatco automatic transmission in it. And they had the little tiny diff. It was like a 7-inch ring gear or something. I mean, there was this weird stuff going on right then. That was during the whole gas crunch thing, and the economy was taking a shit. But yeah, the C4 was a real good transmission. That's the only automatic transmission I have ever rebuilt, and I did it twice. And it was a really good transmission. And I ran the same torque converter the whole time. I bought one of those. on the back of Hot Rod and Carcraft, those GER converters, they were cheap. Everybody called them grenades. And I never broke that converter. I sent it. I had that thing worked on like 4 or 5 times. Had the converter loosened up and stuff, and it worked great. 79 to 82 had different cluster and yeah. Yeah, they did all look the same. Yeah, but they were, like I said, they were completely different cars compared to the 83 newer ones, before but yeah, that I learned a lot on that car. Yeah. Yeah, the old GERs in the magazine. Everybody's like, all those things are junk. They call them GERs because they're grenades. And like I said, I sent that thing out, had it loosened up. I ran nitrous on it at one point. I had a plate welder on it, the anti-bloom plate. I mean, I beat that converter to death, and I never broke it. Yeah, and extrude honing. Yeah, I had all kinds of stuff done that thing. I had more money in that than probably I could have just bought a good Cohen converter over the, little by little. But and when I would tell somebody that, they're like, "What converter do you run?" I'm like, "It's a GER," and they're like, "No fucking way." I'm like, "I'm telling you, dude, I paid $199 for this thing, and I probably got 1,000 in it now." Yeah, I did. I made my own frame connectors. It had this is kind of weird. It had I ended up putting ladder bars on the back of it, and I had let's see how many. I had a 8-point. No, 1, 2, 3, 4. I had a 10-point roll bar in it. You need 2 14-inch Steelies for the Chrysler. That 5 on 4.5 bolt pattern. Let me write that down. Hey, did you ever get that link that I sent you for the Slant 6 air cleaner that I found on eBay when you were looking for that? Large pattern. I don't know what large pattern. Is it 4 3/4? 14-inch large pattern. I'll look it up. I bet Tony's got them. Yeah, he probably does. 14-inch. Chrysler steel wheels. Yeah, probably 6-inch wide or something. It is 4.5. Okay. 5 on 4.5. 4.5 wide or 4.5-inch bolt pattern. Sorry. I can look around. Man, back in the day, my dad probably had 4 of them in his damn trunk. He was like the guy on the Christmas Story. He had more fucking spare tires in his trunk than he'd ever need. A pair. I sense some burnouts in the future at Watkins Glen. Yeah, 6-inch should be about right. You need some old raggedy bias plies tire on there. Yeah, I'll see what I can come up with. Yeah, 5 on 4.5. That's what I thought. Does that have the left hand lug nuts on one side of the car and right hand on the other? That was a mess, yes. Hold on one second. I'll be right back. Chat among yourselves. Oh, here we go. Yes, 4 cars are 5 on 4.5. Yeah, I'll if you can find rims by then, yeah. When are you going? I know you said that on here. Oh, early August. Yes, we got a couple weeks, huh? I can dig around and see what I can find, that's for sure. Shit, you know what? I bet I know where some are because that's what trailers usually use is 5 on 4.5. There's probably some damn trailer tires at my work, probably wheels and tires. I could just fucking ship them to you, Don. I'll try and remember to look tomorrow because we've got stacks of freaking wheels and tires. I mean, they might be blony skins, but you can blow them off at least. Yeah, it did rain, didn't it? Yeah, you gotta have good tires on when you're taking a road trip. That's for sure. I've always been a big advocate of having good tires. I hate driving around on bad tires. Yeah, it's all good. If I can come up with them, like I said, I'll ship you a couple of them. Yeah. Trailer tires for a burnout. Sketchy by my standards. Yeah, not that I don't. It wouldn't stop me. I don't think it'll stop Don either. Because most of your trailer tires are bias ply, so they're not really going to tear anything up, especially if they blow. You blow a damn steel belt radio, that thing's going to tear shit up. But yes, my Mustang, not to change the subject, but I just wanted to finish real quick. Yeah, I had put a roll cage in it, and I didn't like the bars coming down from me, so I cut all the front stuff out. So it had a main hoop, the door bars, the bars from the hoop that ran down behind you, the doors from the top, the bars from the top of the hoop all the way to the back of the car, and then it had an X brace from the middle. And the only reason I did that was because where I had to weld in the cross member for the ladder bars to attach to, I attached that X to it, so the whole car was tied together. It was a stiff car, and it. I mean, you can ask Rob. It left pretty hard. It was 60 foot in the 140s, and it would. I mean, it left really hard. And the converter was about a 4400. with a pretty much bone stock engine in it, with some good. I never could afford, aluminum heads and stuff. Yeah, it probably does. I sold it to a guy in Florida, and it probably does have an LS in it. I think I saw it on a street racing video down in uh, Sunrise, Florida, I think is what it's called. And I saw a video one night, and the only reason I knew it was mine, I'm about 90% sure it was mine, because I welded the gas door shut and smoothed it over, and I welded the antenna hole in the fender and smoothed it over. And the car was white, and I had the later model windows in it. So I had cut the trim to fit that, and I painted it flat black. And I was pretty sure it was my car. And the battery cutoff switch in the back, I made it where you could just push it instead of have to turn it this way. So the switch was inside. I made this big rod that went right next to the license plate, because I didn't want to cut a tail light up to do it. Yeah, maybe it had, but it was a good car. I mean, it was it had coilover struts on the front of it. It had coilovers on the rear. Yep, go get it, Don. Smoke them if you got them, boys. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with that car. I learned a lot. I learned how to weld. I learned how to set a chassis up. I blew up shitloads of engines in it. I knew what not to do, putting an engine together. Yeah, I learned how to bracket race. I learned how to cut a reaction time. I learned how to drive the finish line. I did it for like 18 years, and it was like the kids were getting bigger and they were doing sports, and I just really couldn't. It got to where it was too much of a job. It was like I'm beating on the car all week, and then I go spend a bunch of money to get in a race on Saturday just to win a little bit of money, and you're there all day. And you might go to a weekend race. You're there for 3-4 days at a time. It was like I couldn't deal with it anymore. I had too much shit to do. So I traded it for a guy who came up from Florida with an S95 5-liter convertible Mustang. It was a pretty decent car. It was a 50-footer, but I had fun with it. But that was the only convertible I ever owned, and that will be the only convertible I ever own. That's for sure. I did a bunch of work to it, just lowering it and kind of dumb shit, But yeah, I do miss that old car. But like I said, it was just, man, it was a freaking money pit. So now I just do this and work on cars on the side, and is it? Yeah, that's cool. I'll be so glad when I get my new computer and I don't have to deal with this freaking monitor freaking out on me. Yeah, that's the whole thing. Like going to Carlisle was, man, I was so busy doing side jobs and trying to do videos, and then parts has been a nightmare lately. You can't get the right fucking part for anyone. Yeah, Stinger's Ford. Yeah, I remember that place. 68 convertible. That's cool. I want a 67 notchback. It could even be an old grandma 6-cylinder. I wouldn't even give a shit. I'd drive it. Faux show. Oh, you got Baby Blue 65 at the shop? Nice. I didn't even see that earlier when I went up to get beer. It's probably inside, isn't it? Is it? I'll have to come check it out tomorrow. I'll come over after work and check it out. Rob's shop is on the corner of Kemp and Grange Hall. It used to be the old Buyer Service Center. And then it became Beaver Creek Auto Service when we started working there. And then now AAA owns it. I worked in that building for 22 years. Actually, it used to be Byron Young Service Center, sorry. And actually, before that, it was a Sinclair gas station back in the. That building dates back to the 50s. Scott Sullivan's from Dayton has cars, and that sounds familiar. Yeah, Spicer Heights Shopping Center. I didn't think about that. And Lightning Dawn says, yeah. I had some big boom booms here. What is his first name wrong? I did some exhaust work on some cars that ran Hot Rod Magazine back in the day, back in the 90s. But Scott Sullivan does sound familiar. Don't leave car up on Jackson Lightning, yes. I heard somebody coming down. I look like I'm hanging my laundry out to dry down here. Get out and fix it. I do too. I'm a thunderstorm geek. My wife and my kids make fun of me all the time. Like, oh, here he goes. I took some video. Well, actually, we had hail. It was beating the shit out of our cars. I should make a video with it. I actually need to call the insurance company because it messed up one of our cars. This was a couple weeks ago. Yeah, I'll stand out. We had a tornado. What was that, 2 years ago? And need to clear the drainage. So yeah, I'll back up. You have a swimming pool down there. Yeah, we had a tornado 2 years ago here. Tore some shit up. And I'm sitting out in the garage, sitting on a bench, on a stool, watching it come in, and the kids are yelling at me. Yeah, 2019. The kids are yelling at me to get in the house. Well, like behind where our shop is, it just mowed that neighborhood down. Yeah, the one in 74. I was a baby. But yeah, I was around for it. My grandmother was in the front yard holding me and my cousin, and we were like 9 months and like 6 months. She was holding us, and she was watching it, and she was like, she wouldn't move. They were like, Mom, you gotta come get in the house. And my dad came out and got the babies. Me and my cousin ran down the basement. Finally, my granddad got my grandma to come in the house because there was a tornado coming. That was a good story. But yeah, I'm just sitting out in the garage on the bench, and it was like our tornado warning thing goes off all the time because we've got the military base next to us, and all of a sudden it was like it kept ringing and ringing and ringing, and then it got real still, and then my phone went off. It said tornado emergency. I was like, oh, never saw that one before. And then my son's yelling at the back door, Dad, get in the effing house. And so I look up and there was a flash and I saw the funnel and I'm like, oh. So I slammed the door shut, ran the house, got everybody to go downstairs. And this house made noises I have never heard a house make. It's creepy. Strangest thing was I had a half full can of pop sitting on the table on the deck. It didn't touch that, but it picked up a whole full cylinder of propane, 30-pound cylinder of propane, picked it up and chucked it all the way across the yard diagonally into the fence and busted the fence. Strangest thing. Oh, I was watching it out the windows. Yeah. The windows were sitting there going, ooh, ooh, ooh. The kids were yelling at me. I'm like, I'm fine. I'm fine. There's actually a video on my channel that my doorbell camera caught. It was pretty creepy. If you ever have the time to find it, it says like tornado force winds on doorbell camera or something like that. I know, I did too. I literally only missed like 60 seconds of it. But yeah, I watched it pick up that propane cylinder and was like, whoop, and just whipped it. And it just, bam, hit the back fence, just blew the fence apart. And then the next morning was like, holy shit. When I was going to work, I'm like, oh my God. Yeah, I bet you did get activated, Don. Yeah, that's awesome. 87, 88, yeah. Well, thanks for your service too, Don, for being in the National Guard, brother. Right on. Yeah, it blew. We live right by Page Manor Housing, the Wright Pat properties. It blew one of the garage buildings over. It blew a bunch of trees down, and right across the street here, there's a school. It blew the backstop over on the. I mean, it's only 50 yards from my house. It blew the whole backstop down on the baseball field. That was crazy. Blew some trees down here, but once it got over on the other side of 675, over in Garden View and Bayview, dude, it destroyed that place. They're still rebuilding houses over there. I mean, it is crazy. No, it didn't leak out. It was closed. It was just it was Labor Day, and we had a cookout like the day before. So I went to McMahon's Bottle Gas and got it filled up and just walked back and set it down. It was like, clunk, it's heavy as shit. A 30-pound cylinder weighs 40 pounds. And I didn't need it. So it was just sitting there closed. It had a cap on it and stuff and a safety. And yeah, it was creepy watching out the back window pick that sucker up and excuse me. Oh, somebody's sending me stuff on Messenger. But no, we used that propane, and then we didn't have power at the shop for damn near a week. We went to Menards and got a whole skid of bottles of water and drove back in the Platte, passing waters out to people, and we were making food at the shop. Took my Blackstone, flat iron grill. We were up there cooking and giving the workers that were fixing power lines and cleaning stuff up. We were giving them food. We were giving the neighborhood people food. We were getting everybody food. And my work was really cool. They paid us. They were like, hey, if this is what you guys want to do, we're all for it. We're going to back you guys up. Yeah, you still can see the damage. What really freaked me out was where they built that new building and all the streetlights were gone. Like the wires, the lights, the poles, the whole damn thing was gone. And when I'm on my way to work, I'm like, oh, this is not going to be good. This is not going to be good at all. And it was not good. But we made it through it. We helped the neighborhood, get on their feet. And I said our power was out from Tuesday until Saturday. And one of the reasons why it was out was because we had an inverter running, just one light in the shop. And the people thought when they drove by, they're like, oh, their power's on. We don't have to worry about it. And Rob had to put a call into somebody like, our power's not on. And dude, there was trucks came out at everywhere because every corner had power except us. But they were there in a jiffy, man. They had it on in no time. They're like, we thought you had power. I'm like, no, we've been running that inverter all week. I think we killed every brand new battery in the shop to run that thing. Yeah, we did do tire repairs for free. Windshield wipers. Well, anything was free pretty much that we could do. We put a set of tires on a guy's car for free. That guy that used to work with Dad, that old man, the old cripple man, Bear. We put a set of tires on his car. They just wrote it off. I mean, AAA's got fucking money. Well, we got 5 watching. Who's watching? Who else is in here watching? Because I'm about to cut this off. Yeah, Jerry. Yeah. Yeah, you can. It's crazy, isn't it? Yeah, I can get like all the way down to my street, like my corner of the street. It's crazy. On the old Channel 7 app. My house is easy to find on the app. It's got the 2 big old white whale cars in the back of it. Mine's easy to find because it's got the camper on one side and a boat on the other. Ooh. I didn't mess nothing up just hitting it. That's like where we had that hail damage here. They're up here flying freaking drones around and looking at our roofs and taking pictures and sending them to us like, oh, you need to get your roof replaced. And the Cruise, I have video of the Flex getting beat to death, but the Cruise is the one that got damaged. All right, Don, go do what you gotta do, brother. Stay safe. Thanks for stopping by. All right, Wendy, take care. Keep everybody safe. Oh no, it's not the cities or county. It's the private contractors, the roofing companies and shit are doing that stuff. Went in the house. All right. Now. Oh. Oh, you're here. Don left. Okay. That's cool. How you guys can both use the same thing. That's awesome. She's usually in here. She just doesn't comment much. She keep an eye on us, make sure keep us in line. Yeah, that's cool. How you got two computers and it does that. I didn't know you could be on, one account. That's pretty awesome. I mean, like just now, his headlights quit working. Only one thumbs up. Man, I'm on a roll, aren't I? I thought it was more than that earlier. Oh, some asshole probably gave me a thumbs down. I got 5, according to this. So, hey, Wendy, how you doing, ma'am? Yeah, ironically, our dad's name's Dan. He has had so many electrical problems with this truck. It has been one pain in the ass. I think Rob's replaced every computer module in this thing. Wendy, do you get to drive the slant? Oh yeah, I get it. I got you. Yeah, one thumbs up. Yeah, two viewers, but only one thumbs up. I got you. I'm a little dense. I'm picking up what you put down though. It's all good. I appreciate you guys. I really do. I like, you know, I feel like I don't really want this to get too big where I've got, you watch Tony and Richard Holdner stuff, and they got 200 or 300 guys watching, and the chat's just going batshit crazy. And it's like, I just really don't even want that. I just want it to be chill like this. We can just hang out and, you know, maybe, one day we get to, actually meet up in person and hang out and shoot the shit. I don't want it to be like weird where like, I don't want it to be that way. Like, I don't want to be like the famous person, I just want to be, hey, I'm the guy that's going to help you fix your shit, because I'm getting old. So, in a way, I know I'm old. I know, man. It's crazy, Dan. I, that's how I don't even watch. The only live stuff I watch is Tony's stuff, and then I mean, some days I even get overwhelmed with it. It's like I actually have a question, and it's like Don told me, just copy and paste. But it's like it gets to the point where like I do it 3 or 4 times, and then the guys in the chat are like, "Okay, we get it." I'm like, I was trying to ask a question, and it's like, okay, screw it, And it used to be if that didn't work, then you'd email them, and they would email you back. That shit don't work either now. So it's like, I mean, I get it. It's their job, it's their business. They're making money at it, and I would like eventually make a little bit of money at it. But man, it seems like and I mean, I've even noticed it, like it grows exponentially. It's like you're just cruising along, and then like literally in the last month, mine just took off. It's like, it's kind of scary, you know. It's like, well, I just want to do my live stream and talk to my peeps. You know, Don's been around. He's been my A1 since day one. And it's like, I don't want to lose that, you know. Now I do know I can fix that. If it gets out of hand, I can literally go in here and make it a private chat where you guys are, you know, I could just pick 10 people that I want in here, you know, and let it, A Star Is Born. Not really. I mean, these guys, like the guys that I watch are getting, you know, they're getting like 30,000 views a video. And I literally just had one go over 1,000 views, and I put it up in like February. But like I said, that's, you know, that's beyond the point. My stuff I put out there mainly for entertainment, because I got, you know, I don't know if you guys paying attention, but I got like jokey shit out there and funny shit. And then I've got, you know, my how-to stuff. It's like, I said, I'm just getting old and I'm trying to pass on what I know, you know, and I'm the in-between generation because I worked on the old cars and now I work on the new cars, and then now I work on, excuse me, now I work on the heavy equipment stuff, you know, the really, I mean, we got some weird shit that's like not common stuff, like custom built stuff, you know, that I work on. But, you know, I'm able to muddle through it and fix it, you know. And it's kind of cool because it's something different every time. It's not just the mainstream shit, you know. I just got a notification. Let me see who is it? Who does it? It's so slow, it doesn't matter. Oh, Richard Holdner's live. Road trip. So, did you guys see my merch? Are you interested in my merch? I know it's kind of lame merch, but I gotta come up with some better ideas. Do I ever watch Wes work? You mean you can't know that's my. Sorry, there's a guy that works with me named Wes. He's about a 30-year-old kid that I work with. Is that a channel name, Wes Work? Okay, so it is. It's called, the channel is Wes Work. I'll check it out. I just wrote it down. I'm down. I just feel like, okay, I will. I got you, Dan. See, my problem is people at work get weird because you gotta remember I work for the county, so you know I'm in one building that's connected to all these buildings. I got like administrators and all these weird ass people and safety people and you know and whatever. And I got some weirdos that work in my building with me that I wish didn't, but that's beyond the point. So I just feel like sometimes it's like I want to just set a camera up. Oh, and here's the other problem. So I just want to okay, you've seen it, Rob. You mentioned Jason the Municipal County. Might be. I'll have to check it. I'll check that. I'll check that out when we're done here. Oh, I tell you something that I had weird. So I was going through my analytics on my page, which so it shows you who your new subscribers are. And there was, there's a couple of people I know, a couple of people I don't know. I'm like, and I just send them like, hey, thanks for subscribing. I appreciate you guys. Oh, I'm getting off the path. But anyway, I want to say something real quick. The AHRA Dallas Brown. So I joined that back in December because I've always been an AHRA fan since I was a kid, and it went away, and now he's bringing it back. So I just joined it just to support it. So my birthday's this month. I get a card in the mail yesterday. The membership package I got was like the generic. So I got like the sticker, the little magnet, hey, if you go bracket racing somewhere, we're going to pay this out, yada, yada, yada. I was like, okay, cool. I'm down with that. So I get a birthday card yesterday from him, and it's got an AHRA sticker. It's like, hey, happy birthday. I'm like, this cat is a class act, man. I mean, one class act. So, and I did forget what I was talking about now. So anyway, the other person that subscribed to me, the new one, was Super Clean, like the Lucas Oil, the like Purple Power type shit. Yeah, they subscribed to my channel. I'm like, what's going on? This is weird. So I got in there and kind of interacted because that's what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to interact and comment and be cool and get in the mix. So I watched them, and they've got some really cool products. So I was like, hey, that's great stuff. I need to try that in my garage, hoping, maybe yeah, exactly. Maybe they would send me some shit, I mean, I know we make a lot of messes in my garage. That's for damn sure. When I can get in my garage, which actually Hunter's getting it really cleaned up good out there. So I've got to get Bill's 351 stroker engine back together. I've got the parts for it. I go in my garage and I have an anxiety attack because my son had it so effed up from working on this old truck he's been working on. And I got to get it cleaned up. And he's been working hard on it. But like I said, he goes to school all night. So yeah, we're getting there. I'm going to be camping the next 2 weekends. I'm taking the grandbabies camping. We're going to Houston Woods. We'll be down in your neck of the woods, Dan. We're going to Houston Woods this weekend. And then weekend after that, we're going down to East Fork, which is Amelia or whatever it is, and then over there, still closer to you than where I'm at. So, because it's Christmas in July, that's my birthday down there at East Fork. Can you dress your camper up like Christmas and stuff? Which I don't even know if I'm going to have time to get everything together, but I want to get it together. I'll try though. Man, that's my of all the state parks we went to, and I think we're up to like 12, maybe 13. That has always been my favorite park to go to. And I think it's because grandma used to take us there when we were kids. But I like how it's set up, and they used to have the horseback riding and stuff, which I don't think they have the horseback riding after COVID. I think that shut it down. I really feel bad about it, but I'll let you guys know. I'll be doing a video down there with the kids and screwing around. It's like we go there. Well, we went back there in the winter. A bunch of us went down, stayed in the lodge, and we went shooting our bows, and we went down to they built a new levee, and I just really like how it's set up. It's a cool place. I always enjoy it. I'm trying to write this down. Municipal mechanic. You've been on horse since 1981. We went horseback riding there. Sheesh. Man, it was before my surgery, so it's probably good 7, 8 years ago, last time we were on there. Because the kids had never rode them, so we took them. It was fun. I like it. Like I said, but man, last summer we went there with I have 3 grandbabies. I got 2 grandsons and a granddaughter. She was little. So we took the boys, and when we drove by last year, it was just all grown over and gross. And then when we went back in January with our friends, it was all grown over. So that's a channel too, is Jason. All right. But that's why I had to change my channel name, because it used to be just Jason's Garage, and I had to change it to Jason's Garage Inc. because there's a motorcycle builder on here that everything would go to. If I tagged it just Jason's Garage, all my stuff would go to him. So I had to change it and add the ink on the end of it, because my name is very common, especially for kids our age. Uno momento. Whoops, sorry. So it's called Watch Less Work. All right. I'm going to check that out. That's interesting. I like that. And then Jason, Mr. Volcanic, that's pretty good one too. I'm getting my notes all scrambled up. Plus, I don't have my glasses on. I'll check them out, Dan. Thanks for the info. Appreciate you. I appreciate everybody. That comes along and, they've been watching my stuff and just hanging out, Especially during the COVID stuff when we couldn't get out and do anything. And I hate to say it, but I think we're going to have I feel like we're going to have a surge in the fall again, but I got my shot. It's the Pfizer. They're saying we're going to have to get a booster, but I don't know. To each his own, Cool. Okay. Yeah. Like I said, I have never worked on a piece of equipment until here just recently. I did that AC on that one dozer. I've repaired some hydraulic lines on them. I've done this main, routine maintenance. If something's broken and needs welded, I can usually, half-ass fabricate it. I have been doing some fabrication work, which is really fun. I haven't been doing that in a while. But I don't like to brag, but I try to fix anything. Like if somebody asks me like, hey, you think you might be able to do this? And I'm like, well, I'll try. I don't tell them no, I ain't doing it. I always give it my best effort. And then if I fuck it up, well, I say, hey, I tried. Yeah. Like working on that hydraulic stuff today. All the hydraulic shit I've ever worked on is brakes and power steering pretty much, And I funneled my way through it. I probably didn't get it checked out as fast as the super duper, guy did, but hey, I learned something. I love learning stuff every day. Yeah, exactly. Funny is that the other night, my son Hunter was out there in the garage cleaning the garage. He's like, Dad, we need to do a we're gonna lose the shop video. You know, he's like, we're gonna lose the shop if we don't get this job done. Blah, 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 blah. You know, and I was like, man, I ain't doing that shit. You know, unless it's a Subaru. That ain't funny. That's not funny. Rob is correct. I will not work on a fucking Subaru, especially on one that's got a busted cylinder head on it. Actually, though, that wasn't my fault. That was somebody else's fault for setting the timing marks wrong on it. And I didn't. Well, okay. It was my fault because I should have went back and checked the timing marks on it. But, God, that turned into a fucking fiasco, didn't it? Anyway, how about them Reds? Yeah, I agree. It's like the valve cover gaskets, man. Those damn valve cover bolts get rusted on it. Remember, I had to. Yeah, we ain't going there. Yeah, Subarus are a pain in the dick. Anybody else was like, yeah, I'm gonna buy a Subaru. I'm like, oh, like, yeah, don't call me when we work on it. Although I did learn how to drive a stick shift in a Subaru Brat. That was pretty cool little pickup truck. Had the jump seats in the back of it. Yeah, they are bad drivers. Did you see my new tattoo? Let's see if I can get it over there. It's almost healed up too. It's kind of crusty along the top where he put all the. So when they all went, I had to go check the. Yeah, it is a thrush bird. That's Mr. Horsepower. Yeah, the pool's probably overflowing, isn't it, Wendy? Yeah, just be careful out there, man. I don't want nobody getting hurt, especially if you guys got a. That looked like a humdinger that was coming for sure. Let's see. Go back over to pencil. Oh shit! Yeah, you guys gotta. Thanks, Don. That's the old Mr. Horse. I've wanted this thing forever, and like it's my. Well, you saw that iron on freaking t-shirt earlier. I've always been intrigued with it. I've also been. I worked in a muffler shop, so I put the old thrust mufflers on, and I always like the old ones because the old ones he had the cigar in his mouth, and then the new ones, of course, that went away. Man, what town are you in, Don and Wendy? Yeah, you guys got a whopper storm over there. It's literally like that Williamsport that's like due north of Harrisburg. Like they're getting drilled. But yeah, you guys are my yeah, they took the cigar away early, like back in it was either 68 or 69 when the Mr. Horsepower sticker came out, and he had a well, actually, if you is it showing the subscribe um down here in the corner, my little icon. Here, let me show you real quick because I know we're running out of time. Yeah, I got cherry bomb. If you look right there, that oh wait, let me go over here. If you look right there, that's Mr. Horsepower. You can subscribe to my stuff. And that's the original icon. That's where the tattoo came from. And then my tattoo guy just, he went with it. Kind of gave it like a apocalyptic, burn up thing. Williamsport. So you are, okay. I saw that on the map, Don. Yeah, you guys are getting fucking hammered. Yeah, there's freaking lightning all around and everything. I mean, look at that. There's Williamsport's like right there in the middle. Yeah, you guys be careful, man. That ain't nothing to play with. I love me some cherry bomb muffers, that's for sure. Jesus Christ, my feet is so far behind. I know you guys have already seen it. So anyway, I'm about to cut it off. But for those of you that are members of my DIY auto repair group, which I think everyone in here is, I'm going to do a live on Thursday night, starting about 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And as always, I appreciate all you guys coming by. Had to close it and reopen. Oh, the feed. Yeah, it's being weird. Because I've been on here for like 2 hours and 10 minutes. So I said I hate to cut it off, but excuse me. Don's in the middle of a freaking thunderstorm and got no Facebook, Dan? Okay. I might work on that. I might be able to stream both of them at the same time. Little League Baseball. Oh, yeah. Little League Baseball World Series. Yep. Got you. Sorry, it's my screen next to me drives me nuts. But like I said, I appreciate y'all coming by. Like I said, gonna do it Thursday. If I don't see you Thursday, I'll see you Tuesday again. I'll see you tomorrow night on Tony's stuff. Dallas should be having stuff coming out soon. I really like that guy. I think he's a real down to earth cat. But I'll check out the stuff that Dan recommended to me, and like I said, yep. Oh yeah, you're welcome, Dan. Thanks for stopping by, brother. I really do appreciate you guys. I seriously do appreciate you guys. And like I said, Don and Wendy, they've been my A1 since day one. So you guys stay safe. You hear me? And I'll check on you. Yeah. Oh, good. The heavy is good. Okay, it is over. Good. All right. I worry about my peeps. So you guys have a good night, and I'll talk at you soon. All right. Much love. Peace out. Maybe.